Hello everyone, I am Neetu Jain. Today I would be covering training and development. So first of all, what is training? Training is a planned effort by an organization to facilitate employees' learning of job related competencies. According to E.B. Flippo, training is an act of increasing the knowledge and skill of an employee for doing a particular job. Role of training in the knowledge world. Training increases the productivity, it improves the quality of work, it results in personal growth, and it leads to high morale of the employees. On the contrary, it leads to less learning period or reduction in cost or low accident rate or low employee turnover or improvement in organizational climate. Training need analysis or TNA. TNA can be conducted at three levels. First is organizational analysis, second is operational or task or role analysis, third one is person analysis. First one is organizational analysis. It involves study of entire organization in terms of its objectives, climate, growth potential and its environment. Basically, its purpose is to determine where training emphasis should be placed within the organization. Second level analysis is task or role analysis. It is a systematic and detailed analysis of jobs to identify the job content and KSA, that is knowledge, skills and abilities required by the job holder. If there is a gap between the expected KSA and the current KSA, then it means we need to impart training to the person. And third one is person analysis. In this analysis, the person who is to be trained is asked, do you need training and what are the areas you need training in? And what are the changes which you think are required in your KSA? Motivating adult learners. Now first point is andragogy for adult learners. Andragogy is the art and science of adults teaching adults. It helps motivating them to learn. How to motivate the adult learners? We need to show them what is in it for me and how the learning is relevant for their on the job situation. Then they would come forward and learn readily. Next is principles for effective adult learning. We need to take into account all the principles which are relevant for effective adult learning. Adults bring a rich experience with them, and then therefore we need to take this experience into account so that learning is maximized. Next is learning enhancement factors. There are some learning enhancement factors such as training characteristics, training design, trainer capabilities, training environment and transfer of learning. First is training characteristics, that is their ability, motivation, perception of work environment, attitude and self-concept decides the extent to which they would learn from the training program. Second is training design. The features of training design, content, methodology, delivery play an important role in maximizing the learning. Third one is trainer characteristics or trainer's capabilities. The trainer or the facilitator is an important person in the learning process, and the knowledge, skill, traits, self-concept and motives that he brings with him to the learning environment can make or break the success of learning. Next is training environment. Training environment includes both physical and psychological environment. It should be conducive for learning to occur. Next is transfer of learning. It means the ability of trainees to successfully use the learned capabilities for task performance on the job. Retention of learning is an important prerequisite for transfer of learning. Trainer should ensure the retention of learning. Now the training methods. We all know there are two types of training methods: on the job training methods and off the job training methods. On the job training methods are coaching, mentoring and job rotation. Coaching is a process of providing one-to-one guidance and instruction to improve knowledge, skills and work performance of the candidate. Usually coaching is directed at employees with performance deficiencies. Now what is mentoring? Mentoring is also considered to be a form of coaching in which an ongoing relationship is developed between a senior and a junior employee. The purpose of mentoring is to provide more junior employees with guidance and a clear understanding of how the organization goes about its business. Whereas the coaching focuses on the technical aspects of the job, mentoring focuses more on improving the employee's fit within the organization. Coaching emphasizes skill development while mentoring emphasizes on attitude development. Next is job rotation. It is also called as cross training, wherein a person is rotated from one department or division to another in order to gain all round experience or exposure of different domains. Now the off the job training methods, there are off the job training methods as we can see: lectures, case studies, group discussions, role plays, sensitivity training in basket exercises and management games. So what is lecture? Lecture has three components. First is tell them what you are going to tell them. Second is tell them, and third one is tell them what you have told them. And we all know it is a one-way communication, so it can be monotonous at times. Second one is case studies. Case study is a written description of an actual situation in business which provokes in reader the need to decide what is going on and what the situation really is and what the problems are and what can be done and how it should be done. So case study basically promotes analytical thinking and problem solving skills in a person. Next one is discussion. Discussion is a method directed towards drawing out the experiences of the participants, either to think through an issue in all its forms or generate a united perspective on an unstructured problem among the participants. Next is role playing. Role play is nothing but a situation wherein a person acts out a given role as if he would in a real life. It is like a stage play, and there could be single role plays, multiple role plays, structured role plays, spontaneous role plays. Now the sensitivity training. Sensitivity training is a group experience designed to provide maximum possible opportunity for the individuals to expose their behavior, give and receive feedback, experiment with new behavior and develop awareness of self and others. It is also called as T group training. Next is in basket exercises or in trays. In tray exercises require the learner to make choices. A constraint is introduced, putting pressure on the learner to make decisions about each item in a certain period of time. And the follow-up is a discussion about why decisions were made in a certain way and consideration of the effects of some of the decisions and justification of some of the decisions made. And next one is management games. Management games are classroom simulation exercises in which teams of individuals compete against one another in order to achieve a given objective. Next one is handling trainees. We need to adopt different approaches to handle different type of trainees. For example, quiet trainees, talkative trainees, angry trainees, uninvolved trainees, comedian trainees and disturbing trainees. As a trainer, we should be able to manage the different situations. For example, if a trainee interrupts the learning, if a trainee is inattentive, if a trainee is intolerant type or asks irrelevant questions, or if a trainee speaks uninvited for others, or if a trainee falls asleep. Now, the evaluation of training program. It is important to assess whether training program has been successful or not. That is called as evaluating the effectiveness of the training program. There are so many approaches and models available for evaluating the effectiveness of the training programs. The most popular one is Kirkpatrick model of evaluation. As per Kirkpatrick model, training programs can be evaluated at 4 levels: reaction, learning, behavior and results. First is reaction. Reaction means what has been the reaction of the participants immediately after the training programs, whether they are happy or they are sad or they are neutral. Second is learning. Learning means what the participants have learnt after attending the training program. This learning can be assessed with the help of administration of pre and post training questionnaires to check the learning of the participants. Third one is behavior, means what has been the change in on the job behavior of the participants. Is there any change in behavior or not? And last level is result. What has been the change at organizational level, whether it has led to improved productivity or improved quality of products or reduction in accidents Also, we conclude by a Chinese proverb, where vision is 1 year, cultivate flowers, where vision is 10 years, cultivate trees, where vision is eternity, cultivate people. Thank you very much.